What's up, everyone? Arctic here, and I am back. I'm back from Epic Games Studio, where I got to play test Gears of War Judgment along with 9 other people that are either gamers in the competitive community or just diehard Gears fans. Some of them don't play Gears as much as others, but it was a very unique experience. I really enjoyed myself. I want to let you guys know first and foremost, because I know you guys have a lot of questions. Everyone there signed an NDA. It's a non-disclosure agreement. So anything that has been already discussed, we can elaborate on that. Overrun, free-for-all, things of that nature, control schemes, stuff like that. We can talk about that. Anything else, we can't talk about. So, we have to wait until Epic either releases that information or they give us the okay to go ahead and talk about different aspects of the game that you guys aren't aware of. So, unfortunately, I know you guys have a lot of questions about how the game plays and all this stuff. I'm just letting you guys know straight up, I can't answer those questions. So you guys can ask all you want. You guys can be upset about it. I don't know what type of response you guys have to that, but I can't answer it, and I don't want to get any type of legal trouble. You guys don't know how serious NDAs can be. I'm not trying to get sued and have Epic after me because, whatever. I think that would probably go for everyone else that also went. So, you guys can try to pressure them to leak you information, but that's what it is. We all signed NDAs, so we can't really talk about anything that hasn't been already announced. Now, the experience itself, what we actually did there, I got there Monday along with mostly everyone except for Nexi. We basically just grinded on Gears Judgment, and then we had design meetings after playtest sessions. So Monday was a lot of basically paperwork stuff. We got a tour of Epic Games. I'd already been there before. I posted my tour last year when I went, so if you guys haven't seen that, I'll put the link to that description so you guys can kind of see what it looks like inside the studio. I met some more of their staff, a lot of the multiplayer level designers. I met them. Obviously Pete, Quinn, Stacy, it's just Flack, Raxzillo, they were all there, as well as some other members of the Epic Games staff. So on Monday we got there, got a tour. Everybody was flying in. We got our hotels and stuff all situated. When I first got there, we got a swag bag, which was full with one of the Epic Games. I don't know if it's like a limited edition, like track jacket or whatever it is, but they had one of those in. I remember they were at PAX, or maybe it was a different version. So that was really cool. I got an art book of one of the comics, or 2 of the comics, and Marcus Phoenix figurine, I think, is also what I got. So ton of swag. We swagged out Gears of War, like just everything. So there was no one went home empty-handed at all, believe me. So yeah, that all happened on Monday. Then we went over some stuff, and then we ate. We went out to eat. It was Ocelot's birthday, so we had dinner at, I believe it was called Ruckus, and Epic actually got him a birthday cake. It was very interesting. There's probably some pictures floating around of all that stuff, but yeah, it was a fun first day. Everyone kind of got acquainted with each other, and then we moved on. So Tuesday through Thursday, this is exactly how it went. We woke up, ate breakfast at the hotel, then they drove us over to the studio, and then from 10 a.m. to about noonish, we had a playtest. Then after that, we had lunch, and then we went into a design meeting. In the design meeting, Epic is taking feedback from us about the game. Some of that feedback, before we even had a chance to sit down on some instances, they updated the build of the game, and they immediately took our feedback and changed some of the parts of the game based off of our feedback. So that's how responsive they were when we were there. It was incredible. So for anybody that says that Epic doesn't listen, no. For anybody that says that Epic doesn't care, no. I mean, it was phenomenal. That experience was just phenomenal. Those guys really are passionate about making the game better, taking feedback. How can they improve? And I think some of the comments that are always geared towards them about responsiveness is just misguided, I think, and that probably goes for a lot of developers, because I know a lot of people are really passionate about their product that they release. But that was pretty much it. And we did it. We had a design meeting after that. After the design meeting, we played another playtest from 2 to 4. Then we had a design meeting again, which those last anywhere from about an hour to an hour and a half. Then we had dinner. Then after dinner, we played from about 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then everybody went home to their hotels. And that happened on Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, the only thing different about Thursday is that that 6 p.m. time when we started playing again lasted until about 1 a.m. ish. So we were up pretty late playing that last day. Friday, which was everyone's last day there, we went over a couple things in the morning. We went out to go eat lunch, went back to the studio. We got about an hour in before our shuttle came to pick us up, and then that was it. I'm back. So that was the whole experience, of what we did. And like I said, Epic was really responsive on some of the suggestions that we made. Some of the suggestions for the exact same things that you guys have been asking in the community. Other things were just they're only applied to Gears of War Judgment. You couldn't really say that it was something that applied to a previous Gears game. So that was pretty much it in terms of what we did from top down. Now, in terms of game types, I'm probably going to do a separate video on Overrun in itself, but let me just say, I have not played Overrun at any of the other cons, didn't play it at PAX, or didn't play it at E3, I didn't play it anywhere. So my first Overrun experience, I mean, I was overwhelmed. I wasn't expecting the level of depth that there is available in Overrun. Just completely blew me away. It's a very unique experience. I feel like they could almost box that as a separate multiplayer game. If it could be like 1,600 Microsoft points on the Xbox Live Arcade, and it's just that unique of an experience. I played Horde, I played Beast, but when you put them together, it's like mind-blowing how in-depth the experience is. So there are no heroes, and this is something that the people were talking about. Some of the testers there were talking about. There are no heroes in Overrun. Like, you could be an all-star in multiplayer. Like, you could be the best. You could be Atmo. You could be Atmo in multiplayer, and you get on Overrun, and it does not matter. Like, it really requires all of your teammates on both sides, offense and defense, to be in tune with each other, communicating, knowing what to do, relying on strategy. Like, it blows any other multiplayer experience I've had in previous Gears of Wars, almost on any game. I think the level of communication strategy involved in it is just mind-blowing. And I am straight up, I am dead ass serious. That game mode is really in-depth and requires a lot of attention to detail, and you have to react really quickly. So I'm going to do a separate video on that. But I was just blown away. Now, in terms of free-for-all, we had several free-for-all tournaments. I did not win one. I was too busy testing out weapons and doing different stuff. There's a few games where I got kind of serious, and I finished second, third a couple times. But the winners were Ocelot, Predator. I think Predator won twice. Skyless won once, and Gold Glove won. I believe he won the first day that we played one of the free-for-alls. So. And each of those, I finished, except for the very last one. I was 7th, but other than that, I was 2nd, 3rd, sometimes 4th. But the free-for-all was pretty fun. If you played it at PAX Prime, it was about the same experience there. PAX Prime had a lower kill to win. It was 15, I think, at PAX Prime, and we were playing 30. So that number was tweakable. So you can turn it up and play however long you want. But the experience was, about the same for free-for-all. Now, again, I can't really talk too much on different aspects of the game. I will say that overall, I think that this game is going to really make or break a lot of people in terms of how different it is. And unless you're open up to change, and I know a lot of people aren't, you're just not going to like it. That's my personal feeling towards it. And I think, there's a couple guys that kind of agree with me. Like, if you're not open to what they're trying to offer in this game, you're not going to like it. I just feel like that's just the way it's going to be. It doesn't matter how fast paced it is, if they bring back, Gnasher play, if they remove stopping power, none of that shit matters, because I don't think a lot of people are willing to sit down, especially a lot of the old Gears heads, and be like, okay, I'm going to really try and get into this experience and really enjoy it. I personally, after I got playing for a while, I was like, man, this is a lot more. You have to think a lot more than you did in previous Gears when you start playing Judgment, because there's just so many dynamic changes that are happening. Again, the level of strategy involved is a lot more. It's just a lot more there, and it's just offering a lot more than Gears 1, 2, or 3. So, I don't know how people will react to it, but my gut instinct is telling me that a lot of you guys, that love the certain things that you love about Gears of War, are going to be like, this is just way too different for me. I'm not feeling it. We offered up a lot of feedback on some things, so generally, if you're just not, I keep wanting to say, if you're not open to change, then you're not going to like it. But some of you guys are going to love it, absolutely love it, and there's other people that are just not going to probably hate it. So, that's my overall gut feeling about Gears Judgment. Again, I really enjoyed it. Overrun, is where it's at. That game mode is what's up. So that's pretty much my overview for right now. I have some different stuff, for each thing that I can do as things roll out. I'm going to talk about Overrun in a separate video. Hopefully I can get some B-roll from Epic Games on that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this update. I wish I could give you guys a lot more information and tell you, why I feel like certain things are the way they are. But it is what it is for right now, so you guys are just going to have to deal with it. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.